What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to work on buttoning up some leaks and hearing some sweet engine sounds. After doing a little bit of inspecting, the hard line on the power steering where it connects to the hydraulic line down at the bottom, kind of hard to see here, that is what it looks like it's leaking from. So I'm going to tighten that up and see if that fixes that problem. I noticed there was also, I ran it very short, but I noticed on the block to pan side over here, there was a tad bit of, it was a little bit wet. I don't think I spilled any or any ran down the side. So I don't think that had an issue, but I cleaned that up and then checked those bolts and tightened one of them a little bit more. So we'll see what that does. All right, so let's go ahead and get this power steering one tightened up, see if I can button up that power steering leak, because I don't think I checked all the lines coming off the rack, and while they're bent up a little bit, none of them actually look crimped. Here's a little better angle. I'm referring to this connection right here. It does not look quite, see if I can get it to focus on, it does not look quite tight enough, and there is a little bit of drippage over there. Moving the oil relocator out of the way, I noticed a little bit of oil there, and I'm looking, and it looks like this one here is leaking just a tad. I'm gonna have to tighten that one down a little bit more as well. So I went ahead and bent this down just a tad. There's not a lot of space, but it does have some space now, so it's not in constant contact with the spark plug and spark plug wire. As you can see, you know, it used to go straight this way. Now it's kind of angled down, and hopefully that will be enough. Maybe what I'll do, if I end up not liking it, I'll probably end up cutting and reflaring, and it will move the whole thing forward away from this altogether. I could have got the GTO one, but I didn't know there was one, and this is what I had. This is what I ordered. My fault, my mistake. I got this from Injuku, and this is the only one they had listed. So that's what I get for doing that. That being the case though, all I have left is to put on the pressure side, and the power steering should be completed. Shouldn't be leaking anymore. In order to get to this connector down here, I just went ahead and took the wires off, or the hoses off at the actual steering rack, stuff like that. All right, let's get that one back on, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the starter again because it's pretty close to the header, and this, I know the car works, so I don't have to worry about the power or ground, so I'm gonna get that wrapped as well. I got the serpentine belt back on. I went ahead, normally, you know, you route it and then you have the tensioner and you move the tensioner and then you slide it on, but because that was such a pain, I slipped this off, and because there's so little space, I got everything routed, even on the tensioner, except for here off the water pump. And I torqued the tensioner down and then just slid it under and got it on. Everything looks like it lines up just right. We will see. All right, let's add some fluid in here. I ran this a little bit, had to recharge my phone, so, but there is a little bit of a leak. I wrapped the oil lines in some shop towels. I want to see which one of those, if one of those gets wet, because it's definitely coming from somewhere over here, and the power steering line, the feed power steering line has some moisture on it, and then it's dripping down onto the sway bar. So I gotta kind of figure out where that's coming from, because I don't want to have an oil leak. So, all right, this time we'll get it running, and I'll record it and let y'all hear it. Sounds pretty sick. With that tied off, I'm happy. I was able to find where it's leaking from. It is leaking from this fitting, this AN fitting right here. So I'm gonna try to get it tightened down a little more. As you can see right there. So let me see if I can get that tightened down. See if we could stop this leak. All right, my cheap little tripod broke. So I don't know how I'm gonna, I can't find my Roby. So I need to find a way to prop this up so y'all can hear it start. It fires right up really fast. So I think, let me put it right here. And go start it up. So I'm gonna take this fitting off, clean it up, and check it, see if there's any issues, and then reattach it and see if that will fix it. So I've run the engine maybe a total of 5 minutes, and it's already getting fairly black. It looks like I'm gonna have to, once I get through the heat cycle and all that stuff, I'm gonna have to drain it all and put new fluid in again, put new oil in again. But gotta fix this little oil leak first. And then oddly enough, as soon as I found where that oil leak is, one of the lower radiator hoses looked like it was starting to spill out some coolant, so I gotta check that as well. All these little quirks once you start getting it heated up and expanding and contracting. All right, well, let me keep on working on this. Well, I thought I got it to where it's not leaking anymore, but let me see if I can get on here. It is still leaking. I don't know if I need to get a new line or what, but that is that's not fun. Well, we got some of the leaks taken care of. We're working on some more, but I'm gonna leave you this sound clip here that sounds like a cammed LS, but it is not. It's completely stock. Enjoy.